All right, people. So a Donald Trump rally was postponed because of some crazy rioters in the streets of Chicago, you know, just looking to fuck shit up. And I'm so sick of the media bashing one Trump supporter because he punched somebody in the face who was trying to make a scene at a Trump event. He was putting his middle fingers in the air, acting like a retard, pretty much. I mean, a lot of these protesters who come to the Trump rallies and whatever, they're violent. They do, they're just looking to cause trouble. They're looking to start something so they could be on television. They want to provocateur people to punch them or hit them or do shove them, whatever, so they can be on television, a lot of them. So this guy, you don't know what the guy was saying. You could obviously see what he's doing. But if somebody, says to you, says some derogatory term to you or whatever, a derogatory statement, and you get punched, it's like, well, you had it coming. I mean, you walk into a fucking Trump rally and put up your middle fingers. I mean, come on, and make a scene. I mean, there's a good chance, there's a decent chance. I'm not saying this guy is correct in his actions. I wouldn't do it. And it is illegal, and he should be charged with assault. But to use this they're using this to bash Trump now. They're like, oh, Trump, this is Trump's fault. What? I mean, they're literally fucking blaming Trump for the actions of protesters. Or not protesters, the actions of, protesters too. They're like, well, I was watching an interview he was doing with CNN, and they're basically trying to make this seem like this is Trump's fault that these protesters, not really protesters, more like rioters, more like total fucking retards, are coming down and doing this probably because they have no job, they have nothing better to do, they don't have any families. Or they probably do have families. A lot of these, Black Lives Matter people, they have families, but as we know, a lot of the people, a lot of the black community, the children are raised by single moms. So anyway, you have these people coming down, and then you get the media saying it's Trump's fault for his language or his racism or his derogatory statements towards Muslims. Oh yeah, he's racist. He's racist, guys. So it's okay, that these, Bernie Sanders says, ISIS is attributed to climate change because it's so hot in the Middle East, they have nothing to do. So it's okay, if you got ISIS, blowing up shit in the Middle East and cutting off heads. Oh, it's okay because climate change caused it. Yeah, that makes real sense right there. So yeah, and then, so we have these protesters, these rioters, fucking shit up. You have one of them literally shooting a gun into the air, a fucking submachine gun into the air. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, totally ridiculous. Totally illegal actions right there that could kill somebody. But then you have the media not focusing on that. Oh no, we're going to focus on Donald Trump. This is all Trump's fault. This is all Trump's fault for saying shit like, I would really like to punch that protester in the face, protesters that have gotten physical with people or have tried to. So it's just very, depressing to see the lengths they will go to try to demonize Trump. He's just being a real guy. And because we've never seen this shit in politics before, they're trying to demonize him and say, oh, we've never seen this in politics before, that's bad. And it's really pissing me off. So yeah, I mean, they'll focus on one Trump supporter who punched somebody, but they won't focus on all these. And I mean, Trump, opposers are some of the least intelligent people I've seen in my life. Some of these people I see on social media, because all they do is call him a racist. All they do is call him a xenophobia, or whatever the fuck that word is. All they do is call him, oh, he hates black people. He hates everybody. And that's all they know how to say. They just keep spewing the same one or two sentences over and over again. Oh, you support Donald Trump, you're a racist. Donald Trump's a racist. He hates Muslims. And then you try to have a debate with them, and they just keep saying, well, you're just racist. Donald Trump's racist. That's all they can fucking say, because they don't have the intelligence level. They don't pay attention to politics enough to formulate a legitimate argument to actually make the case that Donald Trump is a racist. Oh, he said Mexicans are Muslims. And I'm not going to actually watch the minute clip for myself where he said that, which I could just go on YouTube and find it in less than 5 minutes, because I'm too lazy watching, MTV, or, tell us that blacks can't be racist, or we're too busy watching BET, or we're too busy watching fucking lesbian Rachel Maddow. We don't have the energy to do that. But we pay attention to some fucking meme on Facebook from some liberals that they think it's all trendy and cool to call Donald Trump racist, or say he thinks all Mexicans are rapists, when he said some illegals are rapists, which is true. I mean, look at the statistics. So I mean, it's just a ridiculous world we're living in, where every time it seems like I try to have a debate with somebody who opposes Trump, I just hear the same one or two sentences. Trump's racist. It's like, these are some of the most least politically intelligent people I've seen. Cannot formulate a legitimate debate, because all they do is repeat the same shit over and over again. So yeah, the media doesn't focus on the lies coming out of the Trump opposers trying to say, oh, he's Hitler. I mean, they're really pulling all the stops, aren't they? Yeah, he's Hitler. I mean, you got to be fucking kidding me. Trying to compare him to Hitler. Glenn Beck comparing him to Hitler. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. So, I mean, they're trying everything to demonize him. And he asks his audience to raise their hands for a question, like, who's voting for me? And then the media takes a picture of it, posts it on Facebook or whatever, on social media, and says, oh, they're hailing Hitler. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. See that? They're lying. It's all a bunch of lies. It's all a bunch of corruption, and it's all a bunch of people who don't have a fucking brain, who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because they see in a meme, oh, Donald Trump's racist. They see it from other liberal Facebook friends. And then they take that meme and they act like it's a fact. And if these people would actually just pay attention and would actually watch videos or watch the debates or do something productive instead of just going on Facebook and getting your political knowledge from memes, this world would be a much better and smarter place. So that's all I gotta say. These people in Chicago are fucking not protest. The media are probably gonna say, oh, peaceful protesters stopped the Donald Trump debate or the Donald Trump rally. They'll probably say They don't call them rioters. They call them protesters. A protester is somebody who does it peacefully, in my opinion. When you say protesters, you think of people marching in the street with maybe like a fucking sign in a group, being peaceful, not hurting anybody, not abridging anybody else's freedom of speech, not being rude to any other people, but just doing their own thing without hurting other people. And then they'll call these people protesters, and the liberal media will keep calling this Black Lives Matter movement a movement of peace. And Black Lives Matter is kind of like anonymous. It's like anybody could really call themselves anonymous. It's not really a formal group per se, like with one leader. But people who identify themselves as Black Lives Matter are shown time and time again to be, scum of the earth, who are violent for no reason. Yet the liberal media keeps saying this is a great movement. I agree that there's many unjustified police killings in this country, but I wouldn't say the Black Lives Matter movement is a good movement overall. Look at some of the actions these people have done. But the liberal media won't pay attention to that, will they? No, they won't. So there you go, people. That's all I gotta say about that. It just really pisses me off how much the media is trying to fucking, swerve things, trying to deceive people, trying to blame Trump for everything. Everything's Trump's. Trump's apparently responsible for every single action of, the thousands of protesters or rioters and the thousands of people who come to see his events. He's responsible, and that's his fault somehow. So there you go, people. That's all I gotta say.